what's interesting is that you made a very interesting statement about one of your professors, right? And what did you say? What did that person say?
He said, well, maybe if black people just worked harder, maybe if they worked harder, they really.
If they worked harder, right?
Right.
Do you understand that we live in an oppressive system?
Yes.
Everything has been altered from its natural source. Media is controlled. The system that we operate within is all controlled.
That is true.
Everything. The banking system, steel, oil, farmer culture is all controlled by specific families that dictate how you function. See, the key is, when you think about, isn't it interesting that the majority of the wealth is in possession of only 5% of the population? Do you know why? Because those people dictate how we function. I'm 61 years old. I've never been in a voting booth because I was taught at a young age what the system was about. First of all presidents have been selected way before anyone chooses them. It's part of the industrial complex. Hitler was funded by very powerful people. Wars have been created to generate money because the families that own and control the system, they all work with each other. That pale-faced man that told you to work hard doesn't mean anything. Because at the end of the day, in order for a small population to control the masses need to be in what we call chaos. When I was young and I sat down, they made me sit. I had to write down whether I was black, another. I always put other. Because see, as soon as you start separating people by color, size, and gender, you create the brainwashing and the separatism that happens that keeps everyone fighting amongst each other. This last thing that happened, this pandemic, is planned. The medical establishment is a cartel. It was established by a family almost 100 years ago. Why do you think they want to force you to get the vaccine? Why all of a sudden everyone is sick? People walking around with animals not wearing masks, and at the beginning babies weren't wearing masks, right? And they were forcing everyone to get vaccinated. If you wanted to travel, if you wanted your freedom, you had to be vaccinated, right? So what indoctrination does, and putting people, like the whole thing we talked earlier about digital addiction, how it creates a dopamine response. So you understand something? When they shut the city down when COVID started, I'm going to come back to what you want me to say. I'm just going to walk into it. They rolled out the 5G systems in New York City, right? They shut down the city, right? Because what we're about to do is we're about to go from an analog system to a digital platform, which is artificial intelligence. Everything will be controlled by the digital platform. The first part of the digital platform is a digital marker, which is in the vaccine. You see, now you're traceable. Every person who has the vaccine can be seen on the grid. Did you know that?
I believe it though.
Did you know that you glow in the dark? Not glow in the dark, with a special light, you glow. Did you know that? You ever heard of a nanobot?
No.
It is a digital protein that is created in a lab. They can put sequencing inside of that nanobot. Your body works on electricity, right? So if you're near things that are electrical, don't they affect your biology? So, one of the reasons why they keep talking about getting your booster is to keep your viral load up so that you stay sick. What's in the vaccine varies depending upon where they want to administer things. It's different. The vaccine you're taking is not the same vaccine that you know what is taking. As a matter of fact, there's certain groups of people who do not have to take the vaccine at all. Did you know that? I know you did. That's why I'm saying it.
I'm learning something. This is a great
Listen to this.
conversation.
You know what was going down with Bill Cosby?
Oh yeah. I know.
Guess when it all started? Bill Cosby put in a bid to buy NBC.
I'm not surprised.
Do you think they're going to allow a Negro to own a platform for communication? Because if you control communication, what do you control? The organism. Anybody who talks against the system that is controlling the masses, they delete that stuff so that it cannot be transferred on social media. Interesting, huh? Everything is controlled. Everything around us. In the water in the U.S., did you know they poison the water with fluorine and chloride?
Yes, I believe that.
Did you know that they practice on the Jews in Auschwitz? They use fluorine and chlorine on them, chlorine gas, and they use fluoridated water because it makes them, it anesthetizes them. Do you drink filtered water?
No, I drink bottled water.
The water should be filtered, and if it's bottled water, the plastic should be a certain. It should be a certain PET number on the bottom of the bottle. If you look underneath, there's a triangle, and it has a number in it. If you take that number and you cross-reference it, it'll tell you what kind of chemicals is in that plastic. Water, your body is majority water, right? So if the water's dirty, what happens to your body?
It's contaminated.
They started using fluoride in the water in the 40s. Because they realized it was toxic waste and too expensive to get rid of, so they just made us drink it. And what it does, it causes us to have pathologies. When you drink tap water, it affects your blood pressure. It affects your bone density. I'm a health professional. I'm a massage therapist, nutritionist, personal trainer, do everything. I will not work with people if they drink tap water. And if you don't believe me about tap water, take your tap water, put it in a bowl, put it on the radiator and let it dry and watch the residue that's inside of it. If you go get it tested, there'll be chemicals in it.
I do believe that because you know what, yesterday or like a couple days ago I had boiled water and I went to my room. I had the tap water, I put it in the pot. I went to my room forgetting that I had boiled it. And when I came back, it was really low, but I came back, the bottom of the pan, it was white. And I'm like, what did this appear?
You should have said, what the fuck is in my water? Now, I want you to think about something. You are drinking that? And what else are you doing with that water? Bathing in it.
Oh yes, and washing my face.
Did you know that chlorine is a pesticide?
Yeah. I know it's not right. I know it should not be in your body. I know chlorine should not be in your body.
Chlorine.
How am I supposed to wash my face?
Chlorine. I can tell you something. If you didn't wash your face, your skin would look even better. I bathe once a month. Feel my skin. I'm 61 years
I was
old.
going to say, how old are you? Your skin is so soft.
Knowledge is power system. We've been indoctrinated at the highest level. Right down to everything that we eat, everything we breathe, right down to that mask. So that mask got chemicals on it. When I wear it, it makes my ears break out. It's designed to kill bacteria. What is your body comprised of? Bacteria and organisms, right? So how can you put something on your body that kills bacteria? Your skin is just like the inside of your body. If you don't believe me, when you go home, you take a garlic clove, you cut it in half, you smash it, and you stand on your bare foot and you'll taste it in 3 minutes in your mouth. Try it. If you taste metal in your mouth, then you need to detox your blood system. Most people are sleep system. As soon as they started black, green, yellow, they started the continental divide and we're all fighting against each other.
And I can believe that because I noticed the majority of Americans are very unhealthy. Like we do have the highest rate
Very?
of obesity.
Super unhealthy.
Extremely.
Not only are they super unhealthy, they're obese.
Yes.
People of color don't even eat real food.
Sure. I'm vegan. I just decided to make that personal decision because I feel so much
I
better.
bet you feel better.
I do. Trust
Huh?
me.
Do you sleep better?
Yes.
Everything.
Think better.
You just got to clean up your water, get your water straight.
Right. Because I thought I was doing it right. You told me this morning.
Check this. I mean, look, all things I'm sharing with you.
I got
Everything that white Caucasoids have made, it's all toxic. They make money off of it. And the way they look at it, like, I'll make $1 million. By the time I get it, I'll be gone. That's it. Did you know that soap is an acid? It's a biohazard. Soap breaks down fat. What is your body comprised of?
Different fats.
Oh, the women of the world.
Interesting, huh? You see why I only bathe once a month? And I don't even use salt. I use water. I use spring water and sea salt. I put no soap on my skin. You ever look at the label on the toothpaste? It says if you swallow a pea-sized amount called poison control. And how old are you?
21.
Never read the bottle. You just trust the people ahead of you that used it, right? You see why we're asleep? We're just following the person in front of us. We need to do our own independent research on every single thing that's introduced to us. And when someone is trying to force you to do something, the first thing you should do is back up and go, what's your motive? You need to question everything. That's our problem. We're passive. They know it. We operate in the heart realm.
And the heart is the
Feel me? Everything they do, the medical system has been a farce since the beginning. It's all about making people sick. Once they can patent an industry, then they control the revenue. It's all about money. Everything.
Pharmacists are the biggest drug dealers.
They are the biggest drug cartel on the planet. First of all, marijuana is not a drug. The marijuana plant is a natural growing plant. Cocaine, in its natural form, is actually healing to your body. Did you know that? When you go to Peru, in the mountains, they serve you cocaine tea. If they take the cocaina plant and they create a poultice, it heals bones. Heroin, the natural plant, the poppy seed plant is actually healing. When you refine it, it's poison. Just like with cocaine, but if you use it in its natural form, it's great. The slaves in the field who picked the sugar cane, they ate the sugar cane. Their teeth didn't rot out of their mouth. Guess who got cancer? The people in the big house who had the sugars and sweets. They came down with cancer. When you take things and alter them from their natural source, they become toxic and dangerous for human biology. Even animals we domesticate, they have our diseases, not the animals in the wild, the ones we domesticate. See what they should be teaching in school, they don't. Because if you knew what was up, you wouldn't listen to them. You understand what I mean? Right. But see, if you don't have the right knowledge, then you can't make the right decision. If you alter the information that's being disseminated to someone, then they're making faulty decisions. And if you use fear tactics, that's what they do. See, to control a population, you keep them hungry and working hard, and you charge them as much as you can so they're always behind. They just come here and grind and they don't enjoy themselves. It's funny. You have people that come here and visit, and when they stay long enough, they realize what's really going on in this country. It's called the Wild Wild West. Everything here is legal. Did you know that fluoridated water is banned in the European Union? And chlorine, they do not put that in their water. They use amalgam fillings in the U.S. and they're poisoned because they have mercury and aluminum in them, and it's in there, and it's illegal around the world. It's been banned. It's still used in the U.S. They don't care about us here. It's up to you to learn to protect yourself. And no one's going to give you anything that you need to learn. That's what I meant by when I said to you first that people are really asleep. I go to restaurants up in Harlem. You go in there, you look in there, they got chicken sitting in oil, old rancid oil. You understand what I mean? Overcooking everything, and you wonder why our people look the way they do. When you eat plants, like the way that it's supposed to come from the earth, we thrive for many years. I'm stronger now than I was when I was in college 40 years ago. Interesting, huh? We don't even grow old. Feel me? And I used to be 300 pounds because I used to eat meat, eat lots of sugar. My brain was altered, I couldn't sleep, couldn't have sex, nothing. We all have to do our research and find out what's going on. We have to question everything. That's the only way we learn. No problem. I'm gonna go play a little bit now.